Welcome to an exciting episode of Mr. Tony's Hip Hop School. Did you like, share, subscribe? Did you like, share, subscribe? Did you like, share, subscribe? I've actually had some people that reached out to me and said, "Hey Ron," or "Hey Tony," or "Hey Ron Tony, what's up with the episodes of Mr. Hip Hop's what's the Hip Hop School? What's up with the Hip Hop School?" And I said, "Boys and girls, I will be back in a few. I'm just doing a few things aside, and I made some time to do these videos. Actually, I like doing them. It's just that I was a little caught up with other stuff, and then also trying to catch up with sleep. I don't sleep good, so. But anyway, let's get to. Oh, I forgot. I gotta salute everybody who has liked and subscribed and shared these videos, and who I am also cool with, who I also love, who's also been down with me from the day they met me. So all you that love me, been down with me since you met me, I love you too. So anyway, this video is going to be about my two favorite hip hop groups of all time. It's so many. It don't matter if it's 3, 4, 2. It don't matter. Run DMC, honestly, is probably the first hip hop group that I loved. Yes, Run DMC is my favorite. Man, they made only because they were like the first group that I really loved. Run DMC, and I'm gonna do a video just about them. So you might want to be a little older tuning into that one, because only people my age group and up gonna remember them. Like that really knew all their songs and all that. But so like I said in another video, Run DMC is like the sun. They just over here in their own realm because they started it, man. They the swag, the clothes, the Adidas. They're the reason why I love Adidas to this day. That's like my favorite sneaker of all time. Run DMC, the swag. I know they was from New York, but they had that city swag. I used to like the bomber jackets they wore. I even liked them hats they wore. I never wore that, but that wasn't a Philly thing, especially back then. But they made it look cool. The no shoestrings in the Adidas, the Adidas sweatsuits, the Lee jeans. Man, they just Run. He was just like actually between the two, I used to like DMC because he was like cool. He wore the glasses, you know what I'm saying? But Run brought the energy, you know? But this ain't about Run DMC. I just had to mention that Run DMC, it really probably is my favorite of all time. But it's like 1A and it's like A and 1A. But Wu-Tang Clan and Tribe Called Quest are like, I was thinking about this the other day. Wu-Tang Clan, first of all, Wu was the shit because everybody in their group had an album. That's how fucking thorough they was. I mean, I got a lot of Ghostface albums. Old Dirty Bastard, Meth, Raekwon. Shit, I used to like the GZA. You know what I'm saying? The GZA. I even had Bobby Digital. Fucking RZA was Bobby Digital. I had them. Like that. What I liked about Wu-Tang, they was raw. First of all, they was gutter, raw. I like all they shit. I like the way RZA produced his music. He's one of my favorite producers of all time. Nobody ever talks about RZA. I don't understand that. You got, and then when they branched off, like Old Dirty, Method, all of them was the shit. Raekwon, his album Only for Cuban Links, only built for Cuban Links. I don't understand why people never talk about these fucking. Why don't nobody ever talk about that album? I'll never understand that shit. That's like one of the greatest fucking raw gutter hip hop albums of all time. That whole album, I love the skits. That's another thing that's underrated. The skits in a lot of the albums back in the day in the old school hip hop was the shit. Funny. You know what I mean? The hood shit, motherfuckers getting shot and all that shit. That stuff was funny as shit. One of my favorite skits of all time was on Wu-Tang's first album, 36 Chambers, and Method Man was asking this stupid ass question. Somebody got killed, right? And then Method Man came in there, was like, he asked the boy, is he dead? He's like, is he dead? And I think that was Raekwon. He was like, what the fuck you mean is he dead? He's sitting there like a newborn fucking baby. And then you can hear the boy in the background, he talking about, is he dead? Like, you know, he asking a stupid ass question. You know what I'm saying? Shit was funny as shit to me. So anybody that knows about the Wu, and heard 36 Chambers, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So that's one of my favorite skits of all time. I know it's many, many more, but listen, the Wu, most people gonna say they the greatest of all time because Tribe had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had 5 albums. Yeah, I know y'all sitting there like, motherfucker, you got a YouTube channel about hip hop and you don't know how many albums they got? I think it was 5. Yeah, it was 5. And but first of all, they first 3 albums was the shit. The best one they made was shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, look, man. I'm tired. It's gonna come to me in a minute, but the third album was out in 1993. Me and my boy Bob used to listen to it till the tape broke. I mean, we used to listen to that shit all the fucking time. And Q-Tip, he doesn't get a lot of props for his production. I mean, it's a lot of shit that he's produced. I didn't even know he made the shit. You know what I mean? Like, but Q-Tip is like one of the greatest hip hop producers of all time. I always liked Tribe because first of all, they was positive. They was making you aware of the bullshit in the music industry. They was making you aware of the bullshit out here in general. They were positive, conscious. They was very, and my favorite rapper in that group was Phife. Phife was my favorite rapper in that group. When Phife rap, I mean, of course I like Q-Tip, of course. But when Phife rap, it was a little more like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was, he just was bringing that shit. He was like the equivalent of Run and Run DMC. I mean, Run DMC was like hype, but like Phife was just like, he was smooth, but yeah, he was bringing that shit. You know what I mean? And people would give Wu-Tang the edge because Wu-Tang had way more albums. You know, then you think about how everybody broke off and did their own album and they were great. You know what I mean? Like, this is what is missing in hip hop as far as old school. Like, this is why I don't watch television. I know I'm gonna go on a little tangent here, but I gotta explain something. Like, if shit is all black, like something that black people like. So me, I'm black. No, excuse me. I'm a man of color, and I like old school hip hop. So therefore, I want to know, like, or I want to get into the cracks and crevices of what hip hop was about. If you watch television, it's not gonna give you. They're not gonna talk. First of all, they're gonna talk about, if they do talk about Wu-Tang, it's gonna be shit that's like everybody knows about. Like, I don't want to hear that shit because it's shit that I've heard a million times. They're gonna talk about Method Man because white people are familiar with Method Man. They're gonna talk about him. They're not gonna talk about ODB. They're not gonna talk about Ghostface. They're not gonna talk about the GZA. They may talk about RZA because he's been in movies. I want to hear all the gutter shit. Just like Raekwon's album, Only Built for Cuban Links. You're never going to hear about that fucking album. That fucking album is a that shit is a hood classic. That shit, and Liquid Swords, GZA. That shit is a hood classic. And you'll never hear about these albums. Never. That's like somebody should be smacked in the face for not fucking talking about these albums. Liquid Swords, I could listen to that whole fucking album. Only Built for Cuban Links is one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time. I mean, there's a lot of albums, but that shit is up there. So it's like, and I was thinking of Midnight Marauders, as far as Tribe Called Quest. But I mean, it's insane, man. It's crazy. For me, Wu-Tang and Tribe Called Quest are neck and neck because I used to say Tribe Called Quest, but when I started really listening to the Wu, I mean, it just, shit, I may even have to give them the edge, man. I mean, only because probably because Tribe did 5 albums. And the Wu, man, RZA just went nuts, man. He just was making album after album after album. And then another thing, check out RZA's albums, Bobby Digital. He had 2 of those albums. He had 2. They was out in the 90s. I think one was out in the 90s and one was out in the early 2000s. Both of them. Now, it's a lot of skits on them, too. But they're very good albums. As far as if you're a true hip-hop head like me back in the day, old school, you'll love that shit. If you're a Wu-Tang fan, you'll love that shit. So you got to go out there and check out Bobby Digital. So I just really was just shooting the shit really about Wu-Tang and the Tribe. I would probably still say they're neck and neck. I think on a grand scheme of things, if somebody was to say, if some outsider was to say, who's the greatest rap group of all time, then I would have to say Wu. If they was to say, Ron or Tony, who is the greatest rap group of all time, I would probably have to say, well, it's neck and neck between Wu and A Tribe Called Quest. I can't give it to Tribe. I mean, because Wu, man, my God, man, they just made so much. You got to really think about all the shit they made, man. And then you're going to be like, all right. I even like Wu Wear. There was a song they had about their brand, Wu Wear. And they had Kai Pfeiffer in that fucking video. Man, I love that song, man. You know what I mean? Method Man sounded like he was high, talking about something. I got what you need, baby. It's guaranteed. Yeah, he seemed like he was fucking high in that part, but that was my shit. But anyway, my time about to run out. I'm about to do another video too, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please do that, because I'm trying to build this shit up. If you want more videos, I'll keep doing the videos. I'm going to keep doing them anyway. But like, share, subscribe. Love you all. Peace.